But anyway, I'm one of those guys, I can't stand behind this podium because I keep reaching around and going, hey, what's going on? And I like to talk with my hands. I like to, point at people and say, hey, thanks for being here. I have written a speech for the last 4 years, probably 1,000 times. But how do you write speeches when you're so overwhelmed, you're so humbled, and so thankful for the people like you? I want to thank my wife, Jenny, for, first of all, my daughters, Rayanna and Becca. Without them, this would not happen, folks. They put up with me so much. In this job, there's a lot of hours that we put in. A lot of hours that you don't get paid for. A lot of times they're gone on the weekends. And every time I get to come home to my family, who are patiently waiting for me, who are patiently there, saying, hey, Dad, how was your day? Sometimes, as they get teenagers, they're like in their rooms, and I got to go and say, hey, how was your day, man? What's going on here? But I want to thank my family, first of all, and then I want to thank my extended family, my mom, Margaret, Kadena, and Lisa, and Charlie, and their daughters, Anna's here, Gracie, and Melissa, and, of course, this young girl over there. How are you? You doing good? Are you up? You're up, right? Okay. But anyway, when we started putting this together, I was thinking about who do I have on my team? I mean, there's a lot of people that gave me, I talked extensively with Penny, and she gave me a lot of great ideas, and, she was a big supporter of mine, and she helped me out for the last, she's been there for me for the last 8 years. So then when I put my team together, you're going to see them in green shirts out there. Brenda Balmelli is over there, Steve Ost, Debbie Hamilton, Melody Nelson, Greg Peterson, his wife Ruth Peterson, Amber Wilson. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple, but I apologize. There's Ian right there. Ian's hiding out from me. He's the sign guy. Shantae and Justin are back there in the corners, and Dennis, Denise. Sorry, Denise. I call her Dennis. Hey, I want to tell you one thing. I am competitive. I am very competitive, especially with my brother. And on behalf of Jerry and Debbie Graham, I am the big dog here today. All right? Now, I will let John borrow his sign, just like I borrowed his sign when the Chronicle did this article on us, and I put duct tape over this big sign he had. So I'm willing, John, if later on you might need this, but not anytime soon, I will put Rob and John if you want it. Okay? Jerry, I don't know if we can make it happen, but we'll try. But, this is an awesome time for us. This is an awesome time. John and I, we've talked extensively about what it's like to be sheriff. I have sat down a number of hours with John. I've sat down a number of hours with Sheriff Mansfield over the last 8 years, 10 years actually, that he's been here. And he has helped guided me into what I'm becoming today, and that's running for sheriff of Lewis County. Now, I was talking to a couple people. Now, I got a better start than they did, and I'll tell you why, because I got gray hair. I already got gray hair, all right? It's already in. I mean, that should be like 50% of the vote already. And then you think about the other part, because I know when Sheriff Mansfield started, he didn't have all that gray hair. I know when Sheriff McCroskey started, he didn't have all gray hair, because I was part of providing that gray hair to him. The sheriff is right. Sheriff Mansfield and I met almost 23 years ago. I was a young police officer in the city of Napa Vine. I really didn't know a lot. I knew about being a cop. And one day, I was introduced. At the time, the sheriff was a sergeant. And he comes up to me and he introduces himself to me. He rode signs, and I said, hey, how are you doing, Sergeant? Man, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. He goes, I want to give you a couple tips. He pulls out this book about this thick. It's called the Communications Manual book. And he says, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you read this communications manual before you get on the radio again? He says, because you are talking way too much. You need to cut it down. And I said, I said, man, thank you so much, Sergeant. Man, I really appreciate your advice. But you know what he allowed me to do is give me the first taste of what it's like to be a professional, to be respected, and how to do my job right. And he's guided me, and I've always respected the sheriff for being there for me. We've gone through some good times, we've gone through some bad times. He's given me assignments that have been hard to overcome at times, but we've gone through it. And when he talks about hey, Rob, you know, the passion that you have, that is true for me. I don't make that stuff up. John can't make that up. When you look at us, what you see is what you get, folks. I'm not a big articulate guy. I'm not the one that makes these big words and makes you feel good. But I will tell you, when you see me is what you get. I am very professional. I'm very passionate. I'm very committed. I'm very dedicated to all of you. All of you are here because you know me, you heard about me, or you gosh darn it, you just want to meet the next sheriff of Lewis County. But of all those things, I want to tell you, throughout my career, John and I have mirrored each other a lot. When John came down, he actually worked for me, and he's talking about those are not physical domestics, okay? I'll tell you that right. A lot of verbal, okay? I do remember, I will tell you this one story. We were coming back from the jail, and we were talking about this DUI that we arrested, and I told him the officer safety and all this stuff, and he disagreed with me, and I had to raise my voice to him, and we're starting getting into this big heated argument. I said, you just listen to me. I'm the man in charge, you're in the passenger seat, and that's how it's going to play out. And he said, okay. But then we would go to these hot calls together. We were sitting in these cars together, and we were singing the theme to Bonanza. We were going to some dispute, and we were just been talking to each other, just chipping at each other, and all of a sudden the theme to Bonanza came on. We had a great time. I've had a great time with my brother. We've grown up in SWAT together. He's been Thurston, I've been Lewis. I've had the great opportunity to run the Lewis County SWAT team. I've been a member of the Drug Task Force. I've worked patrol. I had a great opportunity early on to be a DARE officer. And that's where I got my sense of community, because also as a Napa Vine police officer, I learned a sense of community, ownership in our communities. And when I say community, I'm talking Lewis County as a whole, because we are one community. We really are. We are one family, a lot of stepbrothers and sisters and all these other things, but we're a huge community. And we all have these little cool things that each little community gets to do. But I get to be a part of all of it. That's why I call it my community. And so I started out through DARE and with Napa Vine going through that, and then I got into the sheriff's office. Sheriff John McCross, he gave me the opportunity to come on to the sheriff's office. He took a chance on me, actually, and I thanked him profusely. And when I got a chance to be a deputy sheriff, to me that was the biggest thing. Because I remember going to my brother's house when he was a deputy sheriff before me. I used to look at his uniform and I go, man, that's the uniform I want to wear. It's in you how you want to be. A deputy sheriff is something so important to me. It's embedded in me. I don't know what it is. But being a part of this law enforcement community is so huge. Now, I have my brothers and sisters that are in police officers, total respect for them, and we get along great because they have a sense of their community, who they work for. So as I go through my career, I started thinking about, I looked up to Sheriff McCroskey, and then I looked up to Sheriff Mansfield, and I said, you know what? These guys are the people I want to be like. I want to be like Sheriff Mansfield. He is passionate, dedicated, and committed to this community. And I said, that's what I want to be like. So I set out, John and I talked 4 years ago when John started running for sheriff. And I was going like, you know, I talked about it. I said, you know what, I'm just not ready just yet, but I'm going to give you a helping hand. So John and I would sit at opposite ends of the sidewalks. So if someone said, hi, John, I'd say, hey, how's it going? It's going great, man. Hey, I just want your vote. Thank you for being here, you know. So it was a great team effort. That's what we are, though. We're a team. We are a team. And I got my friends over here from Pacific County because we're teams. I got my friends from Thurston County. We're teams. You know, this is the partnerships. These are the partnerships I talked about. If you look at my cards down there, you're going to see 3 things. It's going to be focusing on career criminals, community partnerships, and a no-frills jail. So I talk about community partnerships. I'm talking about what we're doing, the sheriff's office for you. I want to be in our schools. I want to support our school programs. I want to be in your neighborhoods, supporting your neighborhood watch programs. I want to support our businesses, our community leaders. I want to tell you right now, up front, you can call me on it, I want to be there for you. This is a partnership. We cannot do it alone, but together we can accomplish everything. And I mean that sincerely. Talk about as a fire commissioner. Through fire commissioner, I learned about budgeting. I learned about all these other issues dealing through the political scenes. I've had a great opportunity working with with Kevin Hansen as the fire commissioner and many others. So as we go through community partnerships, I'm talking about partnerships with Lewis, Thurston, Mason, Cowlitz, all those communities out there, because we're going to work together. When I talk about focusing on career criminals, I'm talking about going after, keeping an eye on sex offenders. We have over 467 registered sex offenders. I think it's almost 490. Staying on top of those. I'm going to go after those individuals who are dealing in drugs and committing burglaries, because you are the victims, and I will not accept that. I want to continue to support that. We're going to go after those individuals, those who victimize the weak, the elderly, those who cannot protect themselves. That's what our job is. The other thing is, too, a tough no-frills jail. As Sheriff Mansfield said, you know, he went down to see Joe Arpaio. Jenny and I were talking, I want to go see Joe Arpaio, because I want to let these people know that when you go to our jail, it's not fun, it's not pleasant. I was in the office about a week ago, and this young gal, hopefully it's working, this young gal comes up to me, she's in chains, she's about ready to go up to Superior Court, and she goes, man, I hate this place. I said, you hate this place? Have you been treated wrongly? She goes, no, I just don't like it here. I said, good, don't come back. I don't want you. We don't want you. Go somewhere else, because this is not a place where I want you to be sitting in the jail. I want you out of here. The other day I was out on a call, and sometimes if you've seen me a little working, I get a little passionate. I'll call it passionate, not jacked up. I had to tell these people, I don't want you in this county. If you don't want to live here and be a true committed to this community, if all your job is to go out and cause havoc and cause us problems, leave. I don't want you here. We do not want you here. I represent you, the people, and I'm telling you, we don't have to tolerate this. Why do we have to accept this? Why do we have to accept individuals that want to just live off us, commit crimes, and continue on? You know what? That's what the sheriff gives me. He gives me the job that says, Rob, go get those guys. That's all you have to say. Go get them. Because that's what I'm going to do. If he tells me to go get you, I will find you and I will tell you to leave, or you will go to jail. Quit doing what you do, right? But see, that passion that I have is the same passion that I know these guys across the wall have. These deputies, these police officers have the same passion I have, because we all work together. These officers out here. Bruce, I'm excited to see you back on the road, because I know Bruce he's going to tear it up. But can you imagine Bruce Kinsey stopping you, really? He's going to come up on you and he's going, hey, how's it going? Well, I don't know, sir, what did I do? Well, I just wanted to stop you and say hi. You know, we face many challenges, but I want to tell you, I'm here for you. I'm an easy ear to listen to. I'm a passionate person. I'm committed and I'm dedicated. And I promise you this, if you can find someone that is more passionate, more committed, and dedicated than I am, I ask you to go out there and find him, because I really want to meet him. Next to my brother right now, who's the current sheriff, I really want to meet that person. That person in law enforcement next to Sheriff Mansfield, because those are the qualities he's instilled in me. On behalf of my family, on behalf of the people that have helped me, my committee, thank you so much for being here. There's still plenty of food left. I want to thank you, my friends, my colleagues, and all of you out here. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank the elected officials for taking the time out of their day. All of you have taken time out of your day to spend it with me and my family. And I honestly and truly want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am truly humbled and honored to say that I want to be your next sheriff. Thank you.